You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Kids, listen to your mother.
Mom!
Welcome to Between Us Moms with Katie Crafts-Morg and Hallie Stevens-Drake.
Hey guys, a quick thing before we start today's episode. This podcast is just me and Hallie. We edit, we book, we produce. So when you share the podcast or you share a clip or you join and talk in our Facebook group or follow us on Substack, it goes such a long way. It means more to us than you know, and it keeps this podcast going. We have no funding. There is no big podcast network behind us. It's just us. So if you like it here, please share an episode, rate us, like our content, so we can keep this thing going. And with that, Hallie.
Hey, mamas. Welcome to the podcast. This week, we're going to talk about the moment Hilary Duff discovered Gen Z doesn't know who Jonathan Taylor Thomas is. And honestly, we're still reeling and feeling old as hell. We're going to dive into Netflix's new documentary, The Crash. And we're revealing the random little things that trigger us as moms way more than they probably should. But before we get into all that, Katie, slay or nay of the week?
Okay, this is both a slay and a nay. I know we've talked about this before, but I feel like it's time to put a dollar amount on it. How much money is acceptable to spend on a toddler birthday party? I want to hear your take.
I mean, in this economy, that's honestly part of the struggle what I have every year is like I know it's gonna be asinine and I can't bring myself to spend the money and write the check. So I struggle because I want to celebrate them, but I don't want to spend the money. I feel like acceptable. Like, how many guests are we talking? How many people are you having?
We're talking like 12 kids, like 12 families, which, adds up because some families have 4 people, 5 people. You have extended grandparents. And so all of a sudden it becomes 50 people.
It sure does. And at that point, you're spending thousands. Like, let's just be real. I can't go to the grocery store for my family of 4 for half a week without dropping $250.
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
just my little family of 4. So to feed all those people, I mean, we're talking, I don't know, it's not acceptable, but realistically, you're spending thousands of dollars. What do you think?
Okay. So every year I struggle with this. Is it silly to have a toddler birthday? Is it not? I have now changed my mind on how I felt before. We only have 7 to 10 years of like really celebrating their birthdays in a big way. And so that makes me think it's more acceptable to spend a little bit more money, but I'm still a girl on a budget. I don't want to spend thousands of dollars. I think that we're doing a taco truck, so that right there is like $500. Plus, then you tip them. My daughter is obsessed with Minnie Mouse, so I have now found Minnie Mouse. I've hired Minnie Mouse to come to her birthday party. I'm also, though, using it as like a bargaining tool until her birthday. If we don't listen, Minnie might not come to our birthday party.
It's the summer elf on a shelf.
Hallie, I have saved a picture of Minnie Mouse on my phone so it looks like I'm calling Minnie Mouse. And I've downloaded a recording that's like, "Hi, I'm Minnie." So she thinks I'm talking to Minnie Mouse if need be. I think it's the best $250 I've ever spent.
Do you know, I was going to guess $250. How long will this Minnie Mouse be there? And also great use of AI. I feel like moms, AI really is doing us a solid. Well done. How long is this Minnie going to be at your house?
So, okay. Fun fact, when you invite like a Minnie Mouse or a Mickey Mouse or a Buzz Lightyear, it's not the same as inviting a princess because they can't speak, right? It's right. It's like a whole face
Wait,
thing. So,
but it's not like you're renting it from Disneyland. Like, I feel like princesses do show up.
Right. But it's a little bit different. They can lead, dances and do tricks or whatever they do. Anyways, she comes first in like a colorful outfit and she'll do like songs with the kids. Then she goes and she changes into Minnie Mouse, comes back out and she does like the cake and pictures and stuff. She'll be here for an hour.
Cute.
More than an hour was like, oh my God, over $300. I was like, I cannot. I'm like, at this point, I should get a Minnie Mouse. I should start doing Disney princesses on the weekend.
Honestly, that or OnlyFans. Like I it's just like what in the again, this economy, I'm like, we need to
God,
side hustle.
I
I'm about
know.
to be Minnie Mouse over here. Okay,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So
great.
I'm trying to keep it under the whole party, to do decorations and balloons and cupcakes. I was gonna do like, I'm on a organic. Oh, we're gonna do organic cupcakes and blah. No, I'm gonna go to effing Ralph's and I'm gonna get little mini cupcakes, a little mini cake. I don't care. It never gets eaten anyways. It's one freaking day. I'm gonna make my own Rice Krispie treats. I practiced.
I saw, very cute.
I'm doing it by myself. Is there red dye 40 in there? There is. Is it one day a year? It is. My kids will each have one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
what I'm doing. And so I'm trying to keep it under $1,000, under $900 if I can. But
Okay.
it is ridiculous. It is so effing fucking ridiculous. So that's why it's a sleigh and a nay. We're using Minnie Mouse to teach lessons, to listen, but we're spending more money than I would have wanted to last year. So, anyways, that's where I stand.
Well, you know what? I'm mad at you now because I'm a week away. Not, I'm actually under a week away from Colin's second
I know.
birthday.
I know.
And I had talked myself into keeping it low key. And you make a damn good point about we only get so many of these. Oh,
Right?
now I'm feeling like, oh, Katie, I'm mad at you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, my dad said he was like, "What else are you going to spend your money on except for your kid?" Like, yes, we can spend it on ourselves. And trust me, I've gone down a whole like, do I need hormone therapy? Do I need the Fraxel laser? Blah, blah, blah. But really, they only are going to want Minnie Mouse at their birthday party one time,
Yeah.
1 year. Next year,
Yeah.
it's going to be a princess. After that, it's going to be, I want to get my nails painted. And so I'm like, you know what? She's only going to want Minnie Mouse 1 year.
Yeah. Great.
So
Oh, it's gonna be so sweet. Take all the pictures and videos. I want to see that.
I know. I wish you were going to be here.
I know, me too. I'm sad, but I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah. What do you have?
I'm sleep deprived because Andrew snores so
Ooh.
obviously this is an A. Andrew is snoring like every single night. It's so loud. And I feel like we're headed towards a sleep divorce, honestly, because I'm sleeping like crap. If I'm not asleep when he comes to bed, forget it. I have to
Ah,
sleep with headphones on. I have to like put a show on that's like in my because it's better than his snoring. And of course, now I'm getting fed all of this snoring content on my
mm,
algorithm. And I learned that there was a study that says a woman loses approximately 4 years of sleep over a lifetime due to male snoring. 4 years of your life.
no. Listen, I am all about a sleep divorce if need be. Nothing should
Mm,
come in between our sleep. Women need their sleep. We need it for our
yeah.
mental, for our physical. I'm a girly that needs 7 to 8 hours at the very least of sleep to feel
Hmm.
like a functioning person. So I say you do what you need to do.
Oh,
What is
yeah.
can he do the little strippies, the nose strip
Yes,
thing?
I'm gonna make him go and get a sleep study because this is not right. And like,
Yeah,
I hope that nothing's wrong, but I'm like, why are you snoring every single night?
I know.
It's aggressive and it's loud. And I'm like, is this 40? I don't know, but I'm just like, I have to take sleep gummies to knock myself out if he comes into the room and falls asleep before me, because otherwise it's just like not gonna happen.
We should ask the people, like, do you guys think a sleep divorce is the way to
Mm.
go if one partner is snoring? I vote yes.
Me too. However, at this point in time, we don't have a bedroom for me to go to, so I'd be sleeping
Same.
on the couch, and I don't know if that's any better.
True.
So until the girls share a room,
I know, us
hey,
too. Three
any update
bedrooms.
with your house? Any update with the house? Speaking
Hallie,
of,
I'm gonna cry. No.
oh no.
It's just a really bad economy, as we've talked about, grocery
Yeah.
prices and the housing market. It's just all absolute garbage. And
Yeah.
I think at this point, if we don't sell our house in the next 2 weeks, we are going to forfeit the other house. And
Great.
we're going to wait a year and just say that, things that don't happen are like you said, it's like God's way of showing us. But then we drove by the house yesterday and there was a hawk on top of it. And I Googled, what does that mean? And it's like a hawk is a good omen. It shows you that you're on the right path. Then Jason and I went swimming while the girls were napping. And again, a hawk flew over us. Is that weird?
Huh. That
So
is
I was
weird.
like, okay, let's just stay the course. There might be two offers coming in this week, which is like very exciting. I guess two families
Yeah.
really loved it. But like us, people want four bedrooms, and we don't
Yeah.
have four bedrooms. In this economy,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah. Drink every time we say that this episode.
in this economy.
You're gonna get wasted.
So, okay, so Andrew was snoring,
Yeah.
and it was also pouring in Chicago.
It was pouring rain, but we had a really, I mean, I'm leaning into slow present moments. And so we had a great time. I surprised the girls by setting up the projector in their room and they watched Cars in bed and we made blueberry pancakes and
Oh my
it
God.
looked really picture perfect on Instagram. I assure you that IRL, it was absolute chaos. Like they were insisting on the pancakes and didn't like the pancakes. Colin cried because Collins, I just called her Colin. Oh my God. Andrew, stop snoring so I can sleep and say my kids' names right. Collins was pissed because I cut her pants. I'll spare you the details, but just let me tell you, I didn't post any of that. So if you watched it and you thought, well, that looks lovely. Why is my house not like that? I didn't show all the chaos behind the scenes, but
Part
it was
two,
fun.
part two,
The
maybe we should.
bloopers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Isn't that how
Yes.
everything goes? You try to make something magical, and then it's like chaos, 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 and like 1 minute of magic.
Yeah. Yeah. But we make it look like it's great on Instagram.
Yeah.
So,
That was like us with our Rice Krispie treats and my kids just eating the sprinkles and throwing them all over the ground. And I was like getting mad. We'll talk about this later in the
yeah.
episode because we have a trigger. What triggers us segment
Yes.
coming up. Okay, before we get into that, let's get into the headlines that made us text each other. Hilary Duff. We love Hilary Duff here on this podcast. She went on the Jennifer Hudson show and she was asked about her childhood crush, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. A totally acceptable, reasonable, universal childhood crush. Half of the audience there did not know who JTT was or is. They don't know who JTT is. And I'm like feeling some certain way about this. I want to know, who is your celebrity child crush? We've never delved into
Oh my
this.
gosh. Okay. Well, first of all, I hate this. It makes me feel old. It's like when I saw online that Mr. Belding was 39 when that show started.
Oh,
Mr. Belding on Saved by the Bell was 39.
how old is he now? It's like Mr. Feeney being like 100.
Yeah. Honest to
IRL.
God. Yeah. I was like, what? So that, I mean, that made me feel so old. Everything on the internet is just reminding me I'm old. This included, I was obsessed with JTT. Like I used
Yes.
to buy all those teeny bopper magazines, Y17 or whatever. Like I was so, and like I cut out the pictures, I hung them on my wall. I loved him. And then I was a little bit boy crazy. I loved Joshua Jackson in Dawson's Creek. I
Oh.
loved Devon Sawa at the end of Casper. Like, I feel like that really did something to my body when I saw him and he kissed Christina Ricci. I loved him in Now and Then. I remember me and my girlfriends used to slow down the movie at the part where they stole their clothes because we were trying to see his butt. I've talked about it before, but Leonardo DiCaprio in Romeo and Juliet, specifically only that. That's the only time I've ever been attracted to
Yeah.
him, but damn. And Scott Speedman, Felicity,
Mm.
and Mark Paul Gosselaar in
Say by
Saved
the
by the
Bell.
Bell. Like loved. But JTT was my man.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I actually went to a bachelorette party and met his longtime childhood girlfriend. They dated from childhood all the way through to adulthood.
Are they still
He was
together?
there. I don't know. This was a while ago, maybe 10 years ago. But she was so lovely. I think she was like a nurse or something, but like so sweet. And I think they, at that point, they had like recently broken up. But I
Oh.
was like, what was it like dating my boyfriend?
Every girl's fantasy, like every girl's
Yeah.
coming of age awakening.
Oh my God. Loved. Who is yours?
Okay, so like you, I was a big Devon Sawa girl. Little Giants.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, him like throwing toilet paper in the grocery store scene and like Icebox and like I wanted to be Icebox, whatever her name was. I was like, I am obsessed with you. Also, a fun fact, 10 years ago, Devon Sawa and I became Twitter friends and we would like tweet back and forth to each other. Then, are you ready for this? My other crush, Zach Hanson.
Oh yeah,
I
I knew that about you.
was the biggest like mbop. I can't even tell you. I was like recording on my VHS tapes, like their appearances on like the Jay Leno show and whenever they were on any talk show, I was like, I have to be seated. Like kids have no idea how easy they have it now. You can just go on YouTube. No, we had to fully like be there or be square and record it to go back and rewatch it. And I don't know if this is still the case, but I think I'm the only female that Hanson follows on Instagram.
Are you
I
serious?
think should
Wait,
I
what
do
about their wives?
let me hang on. Let me go double check it. They're very private. They're very, very private. They really figured out life. They all have like 10 kids now. Hang on, Hanson.
Did you ever interview them? You interviewed them,
Yes,
right?
yes, multiple times. When I tell you that was like my dream. Okay, so they follow 69 people, and I am one of the 69 people.
Katie,
There I am.
that's kind of amazing. And you've interviewed Devin too, right? I kind of remember.
I don't think I've ever interviewed Devin. I don't I don't know, but I Devon Sawa, Zach Hanson, and JTT. Do you remember the movie Wild and what was it called?
Yes.
The Wild
Uh,
America.
yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God, JTT and Devon Sawa. Do I need to go rewatch
okay.
that movie?
Do you
They
remember
played
Man of the
brothers.
House? Yeah.
Yes.
Man of the
Yes.
House, JTT. I think I wore that VHS tape out. Would rent it from Blockbuster like every weekend
Yeah.
and plan out our future together, how many children we were going to have.
Oh my
He's
God.
very, very short.
Yes. Wait, also Eric Von Denton. Denton, is that his name?
Who is that?
He was like a Disney guy, Brink. He was Brink. The
Oh,
skate
oh, oh, oh
the
no. Who?
skater. No? Okay,
No.
you gotta give a quick Google to Eric Von Denton. He was also another bowl cut blonde boy.
Oh, yeah, that really. Okay, now what about Andrew Keegan?
You know, he never did it for me. Not my
Me
guy.
either. And now he's allegedly in a cult in
I
Venice
know.
Beach.
Yeah, not my guy. Not my guy.
Yeah. Heath Ledger in 10 Things I Hate About You. I mean, that was kind of like my adulthood.
Oh,
Like the others were like crushes, but like I lived in New York when he died and he was in New York and
oh,
I wept. I wept. I was too
yeah.
old to
Very
be loving
sad.
him the way I was, but wept. But he was kind of like a my
This
transition out of young adulthood into adulthood crush.
he
Oh,
was like a manly man in that movie, I feel.
oh my God. And his accent, his
Yeah.
Aussiness.
Yeah.
Who are we missing? Who else was like,
I mean, like you, I also loved a Pacey Witter moment.
oh, yeah,
Yeah, but that was
loved it.
really, I mean, those were like, Ryan Phillippe and Cruel Intentions.
Oh yeah. He was hot, but he didn't totally do it for me. His character did though.
I know that was my foray into like a little danger.
Yeah. You know what, Katie? You've interviewed him before, right?
Oh yes, I have some Ryan Phillippe stories for you
Do you
maybe
know what
one
we
day.
should do? You know what we should do is we should do a blind item episode where you tell your stories or we both do our Hollywood tales but change a few facts to protect
The
the not so
person.
innocent,
Yeah.
to protect ourselves
Yeah.
from their lawyers.
Yes.
But that would be fun. We should do that. We
We
should
should
plan
do
that.
that. Okay.
Yeah, let us know
That
if you'd be interested in that.
I love that. Okay. That was
Yes.
fun. We've never done
Yeah,
anything like that. Okay.
I know, I like that.
What do you have for us?
We have got to talk about.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
The Crash, the documentary that's on Netflix. Have you watched it?
I have not watched it. And when
Okay.
you sent this topic through, I did a quick little Google search, but that is really all that I know. So I'm curious to hear.
Okay, there's some spoilers here. So if you're going to watch it and you haven't yet, you might want to skip ahead a little bit. But The Crash follows the 2022 Ohio case where a then 17-year-old Mackenzie Sharilla was convicted of driving a car at 100 miles per hour into a building. She killed her friend and her boyfriend in the process. She survived, but she's now serving 2 life sentences for their deaths. And now people are really talking about her parents because they're featured in the documentary and it kind of pushed them to the front and center. And they're getting a lot of heat because at the time she was 17 and she was living with her 20-year-old boyfriend who has since passed. And there's some evidence that he was potentially a drug dealer. When she got in trouble at school, they were like, no repercussions for her. They just said, like, did you do it? When she said no, they're like, we trust our daughter. And they admitted to knowing that she smoked weed at the time of the accident. She was high. And they said they like had no problem with it. Her dad literally says, I know she was smoking weed and I have no problem with it. And her dad, since this documentary has come out, went on TMZ and he said, like, what am I going to do? Lock her in her room?
Yes.
How do you feel? I mean, you haven't seen it, so I'll be curious after you watch it, your thoughts. But knowing what I've told you,
So
do they
I
deserve the heat?
Yes. I mean, listen, I haven't watched the documentary, but when I did a quick Google, my heart broke for these other two families because wasn't her best friend also in the car?
Not her best friend, a quote,
Oh,
new friend.
oh, a new friend. Okay, so her new friend and then also the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it said that when they looked at like the black box per se of the car, it said that she like accelerated all the way down. So she was going like 100 miles an hour, which does show that like intent to scare them or do whatever. Like it was unreasonable, like very scary driving. I think that in raising daughters, and I was mischievous when I was in high school. I would say around like junior year, I got a little mischievous. And my parents took the door off my room. They were
Hmm.
like, we don't trust you right now to have the door for you to have your door on. So we're taking your door off. And then they also, one time when they grounded me, took my hair dryer away. They were like, that's important to her. And so she doesn't get her hair dryer. And I think you have to
Yeah.
find things that like can teach your kids a lesson, be it like a door removed and it's your job. You know, she's 17, like she is your responsibility.
Yeah.
And I mean, I also inherently think this is, yes, her fault. She made the choice. But yeah, the parents, maybe didn't punish enough. And I think in this age of like gentle parenting and no, we need to teach our children right from wrong, yes from no. That is our job. But
Yeah.
am I am I off base? I don't know. I guess I haven't seen it, so don't come for me.
Yeah. I mean, what I'll say is I understand wanting to like to be there
Sure.
to protect them. Like that is just built in wired to us. But there's also like our job is to teach our children to take accountability. I think it appears like they were too busy wanting to be her friend.
Yeah. 17, I don't think you should be living with your boyfriend.
No,
Yeah, it's just
a
so
high schooler
crazy.
living with their boyfriend is crazy.
Yeah,
And,
beyond.
I really pride myself on not judging parents, but that just feels like an obvious line in the sand.
Yeah.
You're not mature enough at
No.
that point. And there's so many videos of her. Like, I just don't think they were either turning a blind eye. Like, I understand I've known parents who are strict, who have kids who are rebellious, and they do everything in their power. And sometimes it's not enough, but I don't think they were even trying to keep her in line and to teach her valuable lessons about life. Shortly after the accident, there's a phone call between her and her mom laughing about how it made international news, how their story was international, and they're laughing on the phone.
Wow.
I think they're trying to do some damage control now, but I do think as a parent, it's like they could have done a lot more. And this
Totally.
isn't their fault. Like she's
No.
the one who did it, but I think they could have done a whole lot more. And I think their hands are dirty in this for sure.
I know I've brought this show up before. What was that show called on Netflix with the young boy? Adolescence, Adolescence.
Mm,
A, you should watch it, but B, again, just another reminder of like how important it is to stay on top of our children. I think so often we feel like, oh, they're going to do it anyways. Oh, they're fine. Oh, they're good kids. But it's like we don't know what happens behind closed doors. We don't know what's happening on social media. We don't know what's going down in the text messages. And it is our job to stay on top of that as much as possible. Is it hard? Yes. Are kids secretive? Yes. Do they respond differently to different tactics and ways? Yes. But we have to figure it out and we have to do a little bit better than it sounds like this family did.
for sure.
Ugh, okay, I gotta
Yeah.
watch that. I'm gonna add that.
Yeah.
We're watching Margot's Got Money Problems right now.
I've heard that's good. Do you like it?
Fantastic. The cast is so good. But speaking of OnlyFans, It's at first I thought it was going to be kind of cheesy. It is so good. The acting's phenomenal, and I'm obsessed with Michelle Pfeiffer. I need to know what she's doing in her life to age backwards. She's like a vampire or
I
something.
mean, she looks so good. She looks so good.
I'm like, who, what, when, where, what's happening?
Getting hotter and hotter.
Yeah, truly. Okay, the mom algorithm. We saw Dylan Dreyer talking about her parenting triggers, like what really triggers her as a mom. She has three sons, and by bedtime, her patience is just totally gone zilch. I found this very relatable as a mom of two girls. What is your trigger? Like, what triggers you as a mom?
There are two things that do it instantly. One is whining, a whiny voice. I'm like, nails on a chalkboard to me. It sends me spiraling. Also, the repeating. Like, if I don't answer immediately, asking the same question again and again, I'm like, oh my God, that will do it to me. But the thing that's like a little deeper than that is when I have something I have to get done
Mm,
and I'm on a deadline, or I'm trying to do work or something's happening and the girls are wanting me, it's triggering because it kicks my mom guilt in. And I'm my worst version of myself in those moments because I get triggered in like a really deep way.
yeah.
And I've never felt that feeling until motherhood. It's a very specific trigger, but it's almost like not my kids' fault. It's like me feeling bad that my
Mm,
attention is somewhere else and that I can't accomplish things as quickly or something. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
I feel that. I feel both of
Yeah.
those very deeply in my
Yeah. What
soul.
about you? What's yours?
Fighting. It's like one has one toy, then the other one immediately has to have it. And then they start screaming. And I think it hurts my heart seeing them fight, but also like the screaming. Like I just can't do it. And so I used to be like, okay, we're going to take turns. You get a minute, you get a minute. And then I was like, no. Now my thing is, if you're fighting over this toy, the toy goes away. Figure it out. Because I can't listen to it anymore. I just
Yeah.
can't freaking listen to it anymore. And honestly, it's gotten a lot better in the past couple of weeks. My other thing is when they're really, really tired and cranky and they just like will not listen. I'm like, it's time for a bath. And they both just like start running in opposite directions and like screaming. And I'm like losing my mind because I've also then at that point been with them for the majority of the day or after their nap. It's been like 5 hours or even like before their nap. You know, we get up at 7 and then nap time is around 12:45, 1. My brain is cooked, my emotions are tired. I have no more fun mommy in me. And then I feel like I become the impatient, like you said, worst version of myself, mom. And I'm like, it's okay. It's just 5 more minutes. It's 5 more minutes. And I'm just like about to lose my freaking mind. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
It's
I
so
don't-
and I really relate to the end of the day thing too, because we're in a stage where Dylan comes down. She sneaks down the stairs every
Oh,
single night after we put her to bed and requires one more tuck into bed, one more kiss goodnight. And it's like it's so sweet. And I have to remind myself this will not last forever, but it's such an exhale, like we've talked about before, at the end of the day to get him down. So when she comes back down, I'm just like, oh
oh,
God, again, no. 15 more minutes of this, So
uh-huh.
it is, especially at the end of the day, it's like you're so fried and your nerves are just exposed and
Yeah. Like
oh,
truly, like
but it's
nerves are just shot.
but we're
But
human, and it's good to know we all have these. One thing I do think is great is on this podcast that she was on, they talked about it's good to lose your cool in front of your kids as long as you show them how you recover. So we apologize. We act
totally.
better. We acknowledge that the behavior wasn't great. And that's a good way to show them by example. Like we're human, we make mistakes, we act sometimes in ways that we're not proud of, but we adjust and we take accountability.
Yeah. Anyways, on that note,
Oh,
send us your mom triggers. We want to hear from you guys. Send us your toddler birthday party dollar amount and send us your childhood crush.
yeah, I want to hear. Who did we miss? We've
I
got to
know.
miss somebody, right? If you love this episode, if you love this podcast, please share it with a friend. We believe firmly that motherhood is a sisterhood, and we are so grateful that you are a part of ours.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why customers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.